Ladies and gentlemen, hello and welcome back to the channel. Today, we are looking at Iran and the absolute travesty that is their military operations. And, well, we'll just see what we got to get into. We kind of got a little storyline here. So this video is going to be completely separate from the usual patch note style video just because there is so much to cover. And boy howdy, do we have a lot more to get into. So, for this section of the video, let's lock in Iran versus the world. All right. So listen up. First thing we got to look at here, old Donald J. Trump. This is the U.S.'s plan with Iran so that everybody has context on what is happening, why it's happening. That way, nobody can miss a beat here. Nobody can miss a beat. This is the reason that I'm doing this.
The United States military began major combat operations in Iran.
All right.
Our objective is to defend the American people by eliminating imminent threats from the Iranian regime, a vicious group of very hard, terrible people. Its menacing activities directly endanger the United States, our troops, our bases overseas, and our allies throughout the world. For 47 years, the Iranian regime has chanted death to America and waged an unending campaign of bloodshed. And
it literally goes with the saying, do not poke the bear and expect not to lose a hand. I don't know if that's how the saying goes, but you don't poke the bear. You never poke the bear. That's the world's dumbest decision. Unless you're a woman, then you're going to live in the woods with that bear.
Mass murder, targeting the United States, our troops, and the innocent people in many, many countries. Among the regime's very first acts was to back a violent takeover of the U.S. Embassy in Tehran, holding dozens of American hostages for 444 days. In 1983, Iran's proxies carried out the Marine barracks bombing in Beirut that killed 241 American military personnel. In 2000, they knew and were probably involved with the attack on the USS Cole. Many died. Iranian forces killed and maimed hundreds of American service members in Iraq. The regime's proxies have continued to launch countless attacks against American forces stationed in the Middle East in recent years, as well as U.S. naval and commercial vessels in international shipping lanes. It's been mass terror, and we're not going to put up with it any longer. From Lebanon to Yemen and Syria to Iraq, the regime has armed, trained, and funded terrorist militias that have soaked the earth with blood and guts. And it was Iran's proxy, Hamas, that launched the monstrous October 7th attacks on Israel, slaughtering more than 1,000 innocent people, including 46 Americans, while taking 12 of our citizens hostage.
And that's why they have to die. Their entire idea of existence is causing chaos throughout all of their neighbors, never directly, or at least rarely directly. It's always them funding a group that's not even within their country or a part of their country to go out and do their bidding for them. But now, all of these terrorist groups, where are they? Well, they're fucking nowhere because Iran lost all of the nuclear capability it had, majority of its air defenses, every single fucking piece of the bloodline of the whoever the fucking lead guy, whatever his name was, his entire bloodline's fucking dead. Him confirmed, his son not confirmed, but assumed to be dead at this moment, and the rest of his family unknown at this time. However, it has been a complete obliteration by Israel and the U.S. Never has there ever been such an effective run of military strategy in absolute ruthless execution of these military plans. We literally just got done nabbing up the leader of Venezuela like he was a goddamn Pokemon. And now we are also absolutely decimating this fucking country that has been a, honestly, it's been a big thorn in our side, and it hasn't been due to anything but negligence at the top. Any point in time, the president could have gotten on the same stand that he's on right now, the same podium, and say that what's going to happen next is going to be tough and you may not like it, but here's the facts and here's why we have to do this. Any president could have done that, any of them, but they didn't because they're a bunch of cowardice little fucking bitches that care about a bunch of fucking emotional crybaby Karens and appeasing the lowest common denominator of people who don't even support America or them. You know how I know that? Because a lot of the people who were in support of Obama and Biden and Kamala Harris, guess who they are now? They're the fucking radicals that harass Obama, Harris, and Biden post their term. They're not even serving anymore. And somebody like fucking Kamala, aside from her stupid ass opinions on X, has distanced herself from politics, and she is focused on a book and this and that, and she couldn't even fucking hold a fucking interview fucking segment to promote her book without some radical fucking retards screaming at her from the audience. It was insane. You guys threw in with the lowest common denominator of people, and now you're mad. Now you're mad because we're doing what we got to do.
It was brutal, something like the world has never seen before. Iran is the world's #1 state sponsor of terror and just recently killed tens of thousands of its own citizens on the street as they protested. It has always been the policy of the United States, in particular, my administration, that this terrorist regime can never have a nuclear weapon. I'll say it again. They can never have a nuclear weapon.
And this is agreed upon by everyone, by the way. Literally everyone agrees that Iran cannot have nuclear weapons. Even the UN agrees. Now, they do not agree with how the United States has approached this issue because they're a bunch of cuckolded little fucking cunts. But um, as far as, being a fucking man goes, it was the absolute correct response. If ever in any point of your life somebody wishes to do harm to you and you have a way to stop them before that happens, and keep in mind, this is only if this is an actual serious threat because people like to puff out bravado all the fucking time, but at the end of the day, they're fucking pussy. But for those who are crazy enough to actually do harm to you or your family, or they are willing to stand on business, basically, with doing harm to you, always hit first. Always, always, always hit first. Listen, I'm an MMA fighter. This is what I was taught. This is what I was taught. You don't wait until the guy has not only entered your space and is within arm reach of you, because at that point you lost. You already lost. You gave up the one advantage you always have when conflict is inevitable, and that is to strike first. If you can prevent something from escalating to a point of no return, then you should do so. Even if that means that you have to make the hard decision in the beginning, even though, it wouldn't feel good compared to the good decision you can make now to then leads to massive hardship later on. Doesn't fucking, why would you do that to yourself? Another example of this, as somebody who has worked with wildlife, if you guys want to know the difference of the two mental states of two different bovine creatures, aka cows, bison, things like that, which are the two examples I'm about to use, a cow, when a storm is coming in, will run in fear of the storm. But what does that do? One, that exhausts the cow. Two, that also means that that cow is going to suffer in the storm longer as it continues to run away from it. You know what bison do? They run directly into the eye of the storm. They go straight through. Why do they do that? Because then the worst of it is over and they are through to the end because they made the hard decision in the beginning and came out the other side. Maybe they lost a few along the way, but for the most part, they always had the upper hand. Every single time. It's a difference of mentality, right? A lot of people don't have that. They don't. Something you gotta teach yourself, right? Because people generally seek peace always, and especially those who are not exposed to violence, right? Because if you came up from the mud, right? You came up from the mud. You from the hood. You from the ghetto, right? You're used to violence. Violence is a part of life, survival. So for you, adapting that mentality in a healthy way is going to be a lot easier than somebody who came from fucking gated communities, fucking white picket fence, easy living, silver spooners, right? Because they don't understand what it means to lose. They don't understand loss or violence or accountability, responsibility, none of that shit. None of that shit. And that's not saying that there aren't a few out there that do, but at the end of the day, they pussy.
That is why, in
They don't got it,
Operation
man.
Midnight Hammer last June, we obliterated the regime's nuclear program at Fordow,
W.
Natanz, and Isfahan. After that attack, we warned them never to resume their malicious pursuit of nuclear weapons, and we sought repeatedly to make a deal. We tried. They wanted to do it. They didn't want to do it. Again, they wanted to do it. They didn't want to do it. They didn't know what was happening. They just wanted to practice evil.
They simply said what they had to say to get you to go away. That's it. No, it's not complicated. I don't want anybody thinking it's complicated. It's not. It's that simple. How many times can you die with the lie?
But Iran refused, just as it has for decades and decades. They've rejected every opportunity to renounce their nuclear ambitions.
Because everybody reached out, by the way. The US reached out, NATO reached out, everybody reached out. They tried to give them chance after chance after chance. But eventually, again, instead of NATO coming together and saying, you know what, we need to do something about Iran because we are NATO and we need to give a good show of force. They could have went in there and they could have did the same thing we did and just drop a bunch of fucking bombs from all over fucking Europe and these other fucking countries that are involved with NATO. But instead, it's up to us to do the hard work again. Again, we have to carry the mantle of NATO.
And we can't take it anymore.
Bunch of fucking
Instead, they
Karen loser
attempted
pussy
to
bitches.
rebuild their nuclear program and to continue developing long range
Don't even get me started about international law. I swear to God, I could do a 3 hour video about how retarded the entire concept is.
missiles that can now threaten our very good friends and allies in Europe, our troops stationed overseas, and could soon reach the American homeland. Just imagine how emboldened this regime would be if they ever had and actually were armed with nuclear weapons as a means to deliver their message.
Because people got to keep in mind, right? The reason that we deal with Russia in a certain way, we deal with China in a certain way, we deal with North Korea in a certain way. Well, as far as North Korea to a much lesser extent now, because they're quite literally starving to death. But as far as like Russia goes, as far as China goes, right? And any of these other nuclear weapon capable countries, the reason we treat them differently is because war with them does mean that it is absolute nuclear fallout, right? However, at the same time, there are other countries that you absolutely cannot let reach that level, because if they reach that level, they will exert their power on every other part of their neighboring countries that they can. The minute they have nuclear capability, they will start annexing territory of these other countries, threatening to absolutely obliterate the entire fucking country.
For these reasons, the United States
Because they're a bunch of radical fucking retards.
military is undertaking a massive and ongoing operation to prevent this very wicked, radical dictatorship from threatening America and our core national security interests. We are going to destroy their missiles and raise their missile industry to the ground. It will be totally, again, obliterated. We're going to annihilate their Navy. We're going to ensure that the region's terrorist proxies can no longer destabilize the region or the world and attack our forces, and no longer use their IEDs or roadside bombs, as they are sometimes called, to so gravely wound and kill thousands and thousands of people, including many Americans.
And people got to keep in mind, like, any citizen that spoke up about this or protested about this is fucking dead. There are so many videos and pictures of people in body bags that just got slaughtered. That, unfortunately for Iran, they did not factor in the fact that Starlink is a thing, and Elon can simply just plop a satellite wherever he wants and give the Iranian people connectivity to the outside world so that information can still circle. Otherwise, we would have been none the wiser, because they shut down the entire fucking thing and made the country go dark so they could take these executions out on everyone. And don't even get me started about their treatment of women. If you're a feminist, you should be fucking front lines spreading the absolute news about this, wanting to chop these guys' dicks off. And if you're not, then you're not a fucking feminist. And you need to fucking go to therapy and figure out your fucking life, you fake ass.
And we will ensure that Iran does not
I might be crude, but I call it like it is, man. I don't mince words. I said it before. Hey, skull.
obtain a nuclear weapon. It's a very simple message. They will never have a nuclear weapon.
Fucking love Diet Dr. Pepper.
This
baby.
regime will soon learn that no one should challenge the strength and might of the United States Armed Forces. I built and rebuilt our military in my first administration, and there is no military on earth even close to its power, strength, or sophistication.
Taste.
My administration has taken every possible step to minimize the risk to U.S. personnel in the region. Even so, and I do not make this statement lightly, the Iranian regime seeks to kill. The lives of courageous American heroes may be lost, and we
That is something I want you guys to remember, that is very important information on the call sheet. Iran is looking to kill. They are lashing out. They're crashing out. They know it's going to end, and they will take as many fucking people down with them they can.
may have casualties. That often happens in war, but we're doing this not for now.
That's also very important information on the call sheet.
We're doing this for the future, and it is a noble
We're building a fucking
mission.
story here, boys.
We pray for every service member as they selflessly risk their lives to ensure that Americans and our children will never be threatened by a nuclear-armed Iran.
True.
We ask God to protect all of our heroes in harm's way, and we trust that, with His help, the men and women of the armed forces will prevail. We have the greatest in the world, and they will prevail. To the members of the Islamic Revolutionary Guard, the armed forces, and all of the police, I say tonight that you must lay down your weapons and have complete immunity, or, in the alternative, face certain death.
That is fucking wicked.
So, lay down your arms. You will be treated fairly with total immunity, or you will face certain death.
That is an incredible fucking deal. Now, here's my only argument against this strategy of theirs with putting this part out is that those soldiers, those people, those officers, they will not see this video. 100%. If you think that the control of the internet and stuff is bad for the regular Joe Schmo citizen, the radicalized people are under the strictest control of internet. I guarantee you they only see exactly what they need to see to continue to fight and die for useless emptiness, nothingness, absolute travesty, really, of just come on. You're going nowhere. You're not getting your stupid virgins, you dumbass bitch. You're fucking dead. Plain and simple.
Finally, to the great proud people of Iran, I say tonight that the hour of your freedom is at hand. Stay sheltered. Don't leave your home. It's very dangerous outside. Bombs will be dropping everywhere. When we are finished, take over your government. It will be yours to take. This will be probably your only chance for generations.
Exactly what I wanted.
For many years, you have asked for America's help, but you never got it. No president was willing to do what I am willing to do tonight. Now you have a president who is giving you what you want. So let's see how you respond. America is backing you with overwhelming strength and devastating force. Now is the time to seize control of your destiny and to unleash the prosperous and glorious
Oh
future
my
that is
God.
close within your reach.
I have to say, he fucking cooked. He cooked. This is why the numbers of people wanting to join the military is up, by the way, because of this. Dude, that's some fucking straight up like fucking Warhammer, fucking Helldivers, like dying for the fucking cause. We're here to fuck shit up with the boys, unapologetic. We're here to kill you and we will die fucking trying type shit. What the fuck? What the fuck? That's so badass. Bruh. I hate to say it, but this might be the most American president of all fucking time. I ain't even gonna lie. Right? We're talking about a guy who was absolutely prosecuted beyond belief for some fucking tax bullshit that wasn't fucking accounted correctly, this and that, or whatever the fuck the charges are. And then becomes president again. And although I haven't agreed with everything that he's done, and there's been a lot that I don't think was implemented the way that it should have been, at the same time, I also think that there are very positive notes in, I think, taking the absolute axe to our enemies in a way that is the most statement driven has been some of the best decisions he's made so far. Shutting down Venezuela in 3 hours, right? Absolutely scorched earth, going in there, discombobulating everyone there, and just saying, you know what, we're going to nab him and leave. And then after this, not only striking Iran once, but striking him now dozens and dozens and dozens of times with several bombs and being so precise and accurate and absolutely obliterating these military bases, these military leaders, all of these fucking intelligence fucking officers, and going after these terror groups is insane. Getting rid of all the migrants, insane.
This is the
Illegal migrants.
moment for action. Do not let it pass. May God bless the brave men and women of America's armed forces. May God bless the United States of America. May
True.
God bless you all. Thank you.
Fucking insane. What a speech. What a speech. So that was Trump's call to arms for the citizens of Iran. I hope the best for all of you. I pray for all of you that you get finally a proper election that leads to proper peace, stability, and growth. And if anybody from Iran happens to see this video or knows anybody from Iran that wants to get the word out about certain things, you can absolutely DM me on fucking X or whatever and send me what you got. And as long as I can verify it, I will absolutely spread it as much as I can. Granted, I'm Joe Schmo. I am that guy. I am Joe Schmo. However, I can do my best because I absolutely am in full solidarity with the people who want to finally be free in Iran. I'm with y'all. I'm with y'all to the end. I appreciate y'all for fighting for yourselves, most importantly. So this is some of the soldiers that I think 3 of them were killed, some of them injured um, in the different, skirmishes that we've had so far. Welcome home, boys. I appreciate your service. All thoughts and prayers out to the family. And, I hope they are well taken care of moving forward as far as their families go. That's the best that we can hope for. Trump actually did post a video about this, which we're about to watch right now. I don't want to make this video too long. We're already at half an hour. We're going to try to speed run through these as much as we can here.
Today, CENTCOM shared the news that 3 U.S. military service members have been killed in action.
Yep.
As one nation, we grieve for the true American patriots who have made the ultimate sacrifice.
Absolutely. Amen, brothers. Amen, brothers. I hope you guys, I hope it was quick. I hope you didn't have to suffer very much. And like I said before, I really hope that your family is well taken care of moving forward. And I absolutely appreciate your service. I appreciate your sacrifice, and I appreciate you putting everything on the line to protect our freedom here in the country. And fuck anybody who thinks otherwise, who spits on our flag, puts it upside down, or burns it. You're a piece of shit. And I absolutely am in full solidarity and support with American pride and in America first. Everything. Everything.
For our nation, even as we continue the righteous mission
Star
for which
Spangled
they
fucking awesome,
gave their
baby.
lives. We pray for the full recovery of the wounded and send our immense love and eternal gratitude to the families of the fallen.
Absolutely.
And sadly, there will likely be more. Before it ends, that's the way
Fair.
it is. Likely be more, but we'll do
That's
everything
war.
possible.
That's war. Even in a world of drones and missiles, people will still get caught up in it no matter how much you try. There will always be collateral damage one way or another. You cannot plan for every little tiny detail that will ever come out of a conflict. So, the best that you can do is prepare for the worst and hope for the best. Plain and simple on that. Yep, that was his statement about the unfortunate tragedy that we had with the soldiers passing away. But this is the apex of the video, if you want to say, where we are going to look at the people celebrating the fact that they are finally having a chance at freedom.
Correspondent Elizabeth Palmer has years of experience reporting from inside Iran.
We're going to look at a few of these here. We're going to look at a few of these just so that you guys get a good perspective of, the what the people of Iran themselves have to say about the situation. See if I can shrink myself down a little bit here to make it a little easier, eh? There we go.
And she joins us tonight from London.
Shouts of joy rang from the rooftops across Tehran when Israel first announced the supreme leader was dead. It
Hell
marks
yeah,
an
brother.
abrupt end to Ayatollah
that
Ali
piece of
Khamenei's 36 years in power. As the supreme leader, he was political target number one, and his private compound in Tehran was top of the
Look at that fucking shit. There was a fucking building here. And it's just a fucking crater. Damn. And you notice if you look at even right here, all the way around the edge, even this building here, we'll actually cut it off right here. Cut it off right here. We go down this street here. No fucking damage
target list this morning.
No fucking damage at all in this area. Literally so precise to just hit this specific compound where old homeboy was hanging out.
Reports from the capital say besieged paramilitaries are now on the streets, cracking down on celebrations. These are some of the same forces who attacked civilians back in January when they came onto the streets to protest first against the economy and then against everything else they hate about this regime, from corruption to oppression.
True.
Thousands were killed. Those who marched then and survived will be exhilarated tonight by the news, but also afraid. They heard President Trump urging them to take over their government, but how? They have no guns.
What do you mean how? We're handling the how. We're toppling the most important people in their country. We are toppling the most oppressive armaments in their country. The only thing that they have to do is siege the guns and then siege the government. That's it. It only takes a few people on the other side to divulge from the group. Is that what it is? Divulge? Or just move away from the group, right? Get away from the fucking ideological group think, the religious group think, the radicalism, and join the rebellion to teach those boys how to use the guns proficiently enough to finally get peace. You already have the prince. The prince already has backing. He has a plan, 100-day restabilize the country plan. And then on top of that, you will then be opening up trade over the next few years after things get rooted out and settled to reboot the economy and push yourselves to a level of peace and prosperity you've never seen.
And no organization. And they are up against millions of regime supporters who will fight for the regime's survival.
You simply find a guy with a gun trying to kill the people around you and you kill him first. I don't care if you got a rock, a knife, a car, you use it. You use whatever you can, whatever it takes. That's it. It's war. It's war. I urge the people of Iran to make use of anything. Doesn't matter how medieval, how primitive, you use it. It is your defense, it's your lifeline, it's your survival on the line. Do not hold back, show no mercy, and god damn it, get that fucking freedom, brothers.
Survival backed by well-armed security forces. This is a pivotal moment. If the regime should collapse, and that's far from certain, anything could take its place.
I don't know if it's far from certain. Obviously, they're going to toe the line here just in case, some shit goes wrong, this and that, whatever. But it's basically fucking over. We absolutely decapitated all their top leaders in one day. And what's even crazier, and this is why I really wanted to cover this today, LA, Los Angeles in the US, which is known as the anti-America hub, guess who's in support of Iran and America today? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That's what I'm talking about, baby. It's popping off in LA, you know? Yes, sir. Bunch of Americans, bunch of Iranians pulling up in celebration, dancing, waving American flags, waving Iranian flags, holding up frickin' Trump signs. Let's go, lads. Yes, dude. Oh my God. Welcome back, man. Finally getting rid of the Iranian regime, and you can return to the proud people of Persia. And this is not, I don't want this to be fucking out of control in one way or another. I just want y'all to understand, my friends. Islam is not the problem. Okay. Muslims are not the problem, right? The problem is the radicals that take it to a place that it was never meant to go. It's no different than any other religion. The minute that you use the words to cause violence and heartbreak in others is the minute that you have lost the fucking plot and you are no longer a religious person, you are a religious fanatic. And because of that, that is why you must go. Always root out the bad actors, always get rid of them before they can poison everything that you stand for. We have even more people in San Jose. And I wanted to bring light to this interesting little story here. Reporter refused to not cover the pro Iran or the pro Trump Iran celebration. I wonder if we can find this here real quick. Real quick, there is a reporter. There's a reporter that this guy right here. CBS reporter defies boss. That's what it was. CBS reporter. CBS reporter defies his boss as they try to essentially shut him down. I can't fucking find just the video here. I don't want somebody else's fucking video. I want the direct video. Hold on, let me see if I can get it here. We'll pull it up on X. Why do I have to go to X for search all this shit, dude? What the fuck? Come on, YouTube. CBS reporter. So this guy right here, his boss literally texts him and says, "You cannot record this. We don't want this. We want you to record this and that or the other or, whatever the fuck it is." But the bottom line is he doesn't want him recording this because it makes CBS's narrative fall flat. And this fucking Giga Chad, this absolute fucking badass, says, "No, we're covering it anyway because this is real fucking news. It is about time. Fire whoever runs the goddamn CBS and put this guy in charge. Abso-fucking-lutely back that 110%. I don't even care if it was legal or not. I actually think when a situation like this comes up and you find somebody who is willing to go against the grain and show fairness in the face of controversy, you should scorch earth anyone who went against this man. That's all I'm saying. You get everybody into a position of power that knows how to do it right until they do it wrong. Plain and simple. If you really want efficiency at the highest level of every degree, you have to do that. They don't want us to focus on this. I'll run it back because it was kind of. All right. Well, I am. Fucking based. Thank you, Trump. Thank you, Trump. Thank you, Trump. So, yeah. Essentially, his boss is like, no, we don't want you fucking covering this shit.
Thank the States government for following through.
People gather at Texas Capitol in support of U.S. and Israel's actions against Iran, but they don't want it on the air because it was about Trump. Every fucking time it turns into anti-Trump propaganda bullshit, but I'm glad. Look at this beautiful advertising. This guy is about to become the biggest of mainstream people after this. Simply due to the fact that he's got insane clout from this fucking Giga Chad fucking move of his. Absolutely beautiful. I'm so glad he covered it. Good to know that we have at least someone at CBS looking out for the common people, getting rid of the misinformation and reporting real fucking news. Now, to push it home on why we're killing these stupid motherfuckers and why we need to get rid of Iran. In case you needed any more fucking reason. Here's the list of countries that they've currently attacked: Israel, the UAE, Bahrain, Kuwait, Qatar, Saudi Arabia, Jordan, Iraq, Oman, and as of today, France and the UK have all been attacked indiscriminately by Iran. They're a bunch of fucking religious, radical retards. They have no, and I mean no, perspective on anything other than Allah good, world bad, they must die. And that's the only thing they think about. They are not people, they're fucking animals. And we need to treat them as such. It is always better to kill a beast while it sleeps rather than allow it to awaken and be aware. You understand? You give them nuclear power and you make them completely aware of who their enemies are and where they are. That is the absolute worst case scenario. The scorched earth, completely the opposite direction, when you could have simply hit them with what we're hitting them with now, which is an absolute factory reset. Get the fuck out of here. Let's get a real democracy, a real republic, whatever the fuck it is that Iran decides to do. That is up to the people at this point. If they want to become a democracy, sure. If they want to become a republic, sure. If they want to become another dictatorship, but they have somebody who isn't a fucking psychopath in charge, sure. Whatever it is. Okay? Plain and simple. We are simply here for the people of Iran. We want to see the people of Iran succeed. And here is the deal. What is this? Hold on a second. Hold up. Don't blame anyone but Trump. U.S. soldiers are screaming for help after getting hit by Iranian missiles. Is this true? Is this actually true? Let's find out. Let's find out. Let's find out. What have people been saying about this? How do I look at the... How the fuck do I get to the comments? Do I have to post something to get into the comments? Am I stupid? Oh no, I'm stupid. That's what it is. Don't mind me, just retarded. At Croc, is this AI? The bullshit meter peak. Old video staged. AI, what the fuck? I mean, it was very obvious it was AI, but like, come on now. I was really hoping for some substance here, but it seems I'm not gonna get it.
I can't even see my daughter's face anymore!
Anyone who believes this is a fucking retard. 1.5 million fucking retards in the world? I mean, surely, like, most of these people are like, look at this fucking retard, right? Is there an actual way to, like, I just want to do this, right? Hold on. Oh, yes. The post features a... Hold on. The post features a deepfake video of crying soldiers holding oversized phones in a damaged area overlaid with Indonesian news watermarks, falsely depicting a blah 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 blah. Yeah. So, I mean, that's all we really need to see. Obviously, this dumbass motherfucker wouldn't know that because they're fucking retarded. So, let's look at this. Let's look at this real quick. Look at this real quick. Uh, Hold on. How do you figure out which country are they from? How do you figure that out again? About this account? Nigeria out here posting deep fakes, huh? Deep fakes, hiding themselves with some fucking whatchamacallits, VPNs and shit. 2016. What a fucking Nigerian dumbass piece of shit, bro. Shut the fuck up. You're like 12. What are you doing? What are you doing? Get off the internet. Anyway, that's going to be it. Shout out to Gemma on the screen because, it is what it is. Been playing a lot of Monster Hunter Wilds lately. I have one quest to do aside from Savage Omega, which is a weird fucking tangent to end off the video with. But I got one quest to do aside from the Savage Omega, and that is the Proof of a Hero. I absolutely shit all over fucking Arc-Tempered fucking Arkfeld, which I think a lot of people did just because, like, he got a couple of new moves which are cool, but for the most part, um, most people know his play pattern already. So, except for the newer moves that you can't really account for, he's such a cakewalk for anyone with a good endgame build. It's like, what are we talking about? So, that's a thing, but Proof of a Hero, I've not tried it yet, so maybe it is the peak of peak that I need to really solidify this game as an absolute fucking banger. I do need more microtransactions. I need some more cosmetics. Cosmetics? Fucking dog shit this round. What's going on? We have Gemma here who has one outfit that's actually super fucking hot, but she's a fucking chicken. So that's unfortunate. And then her like summer outfit is not great. I ain't gonna lie, I just don't like the design of it, right? The cleavage popping, sure. 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 But everything else left a lot to be desired. So it is what it is. I'm done ranting about this. 50 minutes, I think that's solid. I think we really congested all the bullshit with Iran and fucking the U.S. and Israel right now, as far as things go. I do know that Israel has been taking several strikes, but obviously, only a few have gotten through for areas that are like not going to be affected very much. The other ones have been absolutely obliterated by Israel's Iron Dome. So it's really nothing to worry about there. As far as we go here in the US, we have absolutely nothing to worry about ever because, we're the fucking US. And they're too busy fighting us off in order to even send anything our way. So it is what it is. Until then, boys, I really do hope this shit ends soon because I do look forward to vacation overseas. The reason why there hasn't been any videos is because I was on vacation. I literally just got back doing a tour through Tennessee and doing a tour through North Carolina, which, by the way, if you're from North Carolina or Tennessee, I feel bad for you because it was colder down south and east than it was for me here in South Dakota. That's fucking weird. That's weird. It was like 65 fucking degrees. Was it 5 days I was gone? And it was like the average of 35 to 40 degrees the whole time I was down south, where it should be, according to the world, hotter. The fuck? I went to Wilmington, North Carolina to the beaches only to get rained on and then windy ass fucking weather pretty much the whole time. But anyway, it was a good time. Regardless, it was a good time. The nightlife was cool. Shout out to all of you guys in North Carolina. The nightlife was solid while I was there. Um, y'all are good people, man. Y'all are good people to hang out and have some drinks with. But it is what it is. We're back from vacation, baby. We're back on the grind. Here we are. Here we are once again, back again, once again, back again, once again.